Welcome. I am your host, Trinette Collier Green, and this is Woman on Fire TV, where we just sit back, have girl chat about building healthy relationships between self, friends, family, community, and most importantly, God. And today on the show, I have a very special woman, a woman on fire, a woman of God, Miss Blossom. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you?
I am not the one to gossip, but I'm here to spread the gospel.
Right, right.
I am truly blessed to be here with you, girl.
I know.
Just on the phone and now we face to face.
Right, right. I feel like I've known you forever. Like you welcomed me just off that one phone call. It was just like automatic connection and just the spirit. And I thank you so much for that. And I thank you for answering the call, to be here today. So let's jump right in, because when I say you have a testimony, y'all, she is... Well, I'm going to let her tell you. Let's jump right in.
Like I said, I am not the one to gossip, but God is good. You know what? Women don't realize that we can support one another.
Yes. Yes.
Just because I'm telling you that your hair's pretty is not going to take nothing from me.
Exactly.
So that's what we need to start doing, helping one another.
Right, right.
But, God is good. I'm the author of 3 books.
Okay.
From Under a Bridge.
Uh-huh.
1, From Under a Bridge 2,
Okay.
and my 3rd book is called And They Laugh. And I tell a lot of people we need to realize what kind of laughter are we dealing with. Are they laughing with you or at you?
Okay.
Now, 14 years ago, I had a lot of people laughing at me.
Really?
Yeah. And as you can see that picture, that was me, because I was on crack cocaine for 19 years.
This is you?
That's me. A lot of people say it look like a dead man,
Wow.
That's me. That's me
14 years ago.
14 years ago.
Oh, my God.
And each time I show that picture, I don't know, sometimes I'm happy about showing it.
Okay.
To let people know that God can do anything he wants to do.
Amen.
Band think they got the lasso.
Yeah.
But that's not true.
Right.
People told me I was going to die a crackhead, and I had accepted that. You know what I'm saying? But I let people know that God is real, and God, everything we go through, we're going through that to be able to help somebody else.
Really?
Yeah. So God bless it. From Under Bridge 1 tells you how I got on crack cocaine.
Okay.
When I was coming up, I'm 52 years young.
I like that.
Yeah,
52.
There's nothing old but my clothes.
Right.
I'm getting twisted now. But back in my days, we couldn't talk about molestation.
Yeah.
And it's 2 things that people don't like to talk about: is molestation and mental illness. And the 2 M's. Yeah.
Yes.
You don't want to talk about that.
Yes.
But I thank God because he delivered me from both of them.
Really?
When I was coming up, I got molested.
Okay.
And we have to remember that hurt people hurt other people.
Yes, yes. Yes.
I also talk about in book number 1 how I got pregnant at an early age.
Really?
I talk about how I started drinking at the age of 5. My great grandmother, she raised me, so she was raised if a child had wingworms, you give them beer. So every Sunday was my medicine day, which was Colt 45.
Wow.
Some children fall in love with a horse in the parades or merry-go-round.
Yeah.
I fell in love with the horse on the can.
She said the horse on the can.
Horse on the can. But you know what? She was taught that way. That's a generational thing.
Exactly.
But so I also talk about, like I said, I got pregnant at an early age, thinking that if I got pregnant, the God was going to take him away from the molestation. So I let a lot of young girls know, let them babies stay where they at, because that's not going to keep a man. Okay.
Okay.
I also talk about how I got married at a young age.
Okay.
He was in the Army. He said, and you know what? I had to grow into loving him. Because when I said I do, I didn't love him.
Really?
I don't even know if I liked him, but he said, because he said he was in the Army.
Okay, okay.
Money, travel, can get away from home. And when we don't deal with our issues will deal with us. So that's why I was always running.
So you were escaping?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because even with my stepfather, when he got ready to touch me, I would try to brace up against the wall like I could disappear.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? So, and then as a child, I always was the class clown. I wanted to make everybody laugh because I wanted to forget about what I was going through at home.
Okay.
But I tell these mothers to watch your kids, check their behaviors, if their grades change, if they're guarding themselves, something is going on. We have to pay attention. And not just little girls got molested back then, little boys did too.
Right.
So you see, and you have a lot of people say, but you know what? One thing I can say, I've had people say, would you change anything you've been through? And I'll tell them no.
Really?
Because it's making me what I am today.
Okay.
Woman on fire.
Right.
That way I'll be able to help somebody else. Because I let a lot of people know, if you can't wear my shoes mentally or physically, there's nothing you could tell me. You know, you have a lot of people that can read the books and they think they can diagnose you, but unless you have lived through it,
exactly,
you can't help nobody.
Right.
So like I said, I talk about, I had my second child. I'm a mother of 3 boys.
Okay.
35, 33, 31, 12 grandbabies.
Wow.
So I play grandmama and I come on back home. But one thing I always like to tell my sons, I've already asked them for forgiveness, and I want somebody to hear me very well. Once you ask for forgiveness, don't keep asking.
Okay, so just
say it one time.
Okay.
And if they don't accept it, then it's on them.
Okay. Okay.
But God allowed me, when I got clean my first year, I was able to apologize to them. Now, I can't make up for the past.
Right.
But I want to leave them a legacy.
Okay.
So that's why I travel telling my story. And I'm not going to say it's easy telling your story. Because you have to ask God to give you the tough skin.
Yes. Yes.
You really do, because people can be cruel at times. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that. Well, that's why I was talking to your producer earlier, and I was saying, you know what, I thank God he could trust me with trouble. Because everybody he can't trust with everything. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So I thank God for everything I've been through. And then, like I said, I got with a guy who was already on crack. And I don't know why we think we can change somebody else.
So your ex-husband was on crack?
No, the boyfriend. See, nobody told me once you get married, you can't date nobody else. See, don't nobody tell me that.
So wait a minute, you had a husband and a boyfriend. And a boyfriend.
Yeah. But see, the husband went AWOL from the service.
Okay.
Then he gonna ask me what we finna do. I don't know what you finna do. Girl, I got so mad with that man because that meant my check was cut off. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Right. So your motive was different. There was no love in that.
No, because it had started getting abusive.
Okay.
Because I used to think if a man didn't beat me, let me clear this up though. If he didn't beat me, he didn't love me. I don't think like that at all now.
Right.
Don't get it twisted.
Right.
Okay. But I did. I really thought that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Then, like I said, with the military, he was drinking heavy.
Okay.
I wasn't drinking then. And then, like I said, I had went home and saw something look good. And like I said, nobody told me that you could be married and can't see nobody else. Ain't nobody tell me that. Now, if they'd have told me, I don't know if I did it, but I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So God bless me, I ended up started dealing with this guy. And then I found out that he was on crack cocaine.
Okay.
And so I thought I can love him real good, cook real good for him, and can change him.
Okay.
But over the years, I'm still learning. You can't change nobody who don't want to be changed.
Amen.
You can lead them to water, but you can't make them drink it.
Exactly.
So when he started beating me and taking my money, I said, well, I might as well join him. And that first.
Then this was still happening while you were married. So what did your ex-husband?
He was with his grandmama. I had left him because he left the military.
Okay.
So he cut my check off. When he left, my check was cut off. So what's the sense of us being married? You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I didn't know it was for death do us part.
Right.
So I'm just telling everybody, make sure you know when you said I do.
Exactly.
Because you're going to have trouble regardless.
Right.
But I still was young and I missed out on a lot of my childhood.
Okay.
Yeah, I was in sports and all that, but when I was molested, my childhood was taken away from me.
Okay.
My partying had been taken away because I had a baby at a young age.
Okay.
You know, when you have a baby at a young age, mom said, you're going to stay home and take care of this baby.
Right.
So I once I started going to the clubs and I seen that everybody was having fun, you know, I'm like, oh, well, wait a minute, I've been missing all this.
Right.
Then, like I said, when I found out that he was on drugs and wanted to, being molested, it takes so much from you. I always was a people pleaser, so I had to be very careful of that now.
Okay.
Because I wanted to please him, so I ended up smoking with him. So I went through that with the drugs and everything, beatings. I had got down to about maybe 110 pounds while I was smoking with him.
And you still had your children?
Yeah. And then my great-grandmother who raised me, she had one. And my mother had 2 of them.
Okay.
So I thank God that they stepped in and kept the gap closed because they didn't have to go into no foster care or nothing like that.
Exactly.
And I thank God for that because I tell everybody I was an unfit mother. My babysitter was NyQuil and water. You know, so when I was put them to sleep, then I could do what I need to do.
Really?
But by the grace of God, they never got molested because I had a lot of people in.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And God covered them. So like I said, when I got real bad, my peoples took them.
Okay,
And, so then I went back. I was out there on the streets just back and forth. And then October 7th, 1988. It was the very first time I got busted. Ever getting in trouble. Where I had sold to an undercover cop.
Really?
And so I had 8 sales and deliveries and 8 possessions. So the very first time going to jail. So when they put me in the police car with the other people, I'm crying because you see on TV how bad people go to jail and being raped and all that. So they go rape me and I'm just crying.
Right.
So God bless, I end up doing 11 months and 29 days.
Really?
First time ever getting in trouble, I took a sentence that I should have never took, which was 2 years community control with 15 years probation, which was the dumbest thing I could have done.
Really?
But while I was in jail, that's when I got into the homosexual lifestyle.
Okay. So were you still with the boyfriend during, or did he leave, or?
He was locked up, I was locked up.
So both,
We both was locked up. Husband was somewhere else, and I ended up getting involved with a woman while I was locked up. And I tell a lot of people, God is a deliverer. Some people say they're born like that, but that's an abomination against God. But if I could have, back then I would have married her. That's how confused the enemy had me.
And were you looking for something because you went from your husband to a boyfriend to her? So what were you looking for?
One thing about woman-to-woman relationship, the woman knows how to talk to the woman, how she wants to be touched, what needs to be said, and that's how I got trapped in. She was saying everything I wanted to hear. You know what I'm saying? And like I tell a lot of people, it's not of God. He had to deliver me of that. I was even in jail, and I wrote my husband a letter saying, "Dear John, I'm leaving you." It's for the woman. And mailed the letter. That's I'm telling you.
Really?
That's how.
That's how in touch you were.
That's how it was.
Wow.
And you know what? One thing you're gonna learn about me: if I can't be true to myself, I can't be true to you.
Exactly.
And that's what God wants. He wants people that's gonna be transparent. That's gonna be able to help these people out here. You have some people that get into the church. I used to do this. Let them know what you used to do.
Exactly.
Stop beating these people up when they come in. You got them old saints with them big hats on and shoulder pad dresses. But what? What you used to do? You used to be on that bar stool too.
Yes.
The only reason you're not in the club because the club is closed and brother's dead. That's the only thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but when you can let these people know I did this, I did that, and God can help you too. That's where the deliverance come in. That's where it come in.
Amen.
So I went through all that back and forth. Still didn't know myself. Still was trying to hide that. I wanted somebody to believe me that I had been molested. I was trying to defend and prove that these things had been done to me.
So nobody, you told your parents?
First time I told somebody, I was 18 years old. That's when I was married. I told my sister next to me. And that's why you have to be careful how you or who you confide in, because it was used against me. So that broke up the family, because nobody want to hear about the family secret.
Exactly.
You don't do that. You don't talk about that kind of stuff. Back in them days, you better not go tell the school that daddy or Uncle Bubba said, "Come sit on my lap." You didn't do that kind of stuff. So that's why a lot of people either on drugs, either have changed their lifestyle from a woman to a man, from a man to a woman. It's because they've been through something. It's a root to why we get high. We just don't wake up saying, "I want to get high."
I'm so glad you say that, because I work with the homeless, and a lot of women are out here on the street, and people make remarks, and I had to tell somebody, you don't know what that woman went through.
That's right.
She may not have been able to get the help like some other people. You don't know what demons she's fighting.
That's right.
You don't know anybody's story.
And that's so true. That's so true, because I've had a lot of people tell me, you could get off it, but you don't know what I went through.
Right.
And what it's going to take,
Yeah.
So once I was going through all that, I tell a lot of people, in book number 2, I talk about how I've been to prison. My prison number is 589931. I had that number for the rest of my life. It's just not a functioning number. When I went to prison, I was chopping trees. I went to a forestry camp. It was one woman on one side, me on the other side, you was up from 8 o'clock in the morning to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Only time you came out the forest if it was lightning. Like some of them girls would lay out during the weekend and get suntan. Well, if they got sunburned, they went to lock because they was destroying state property. You know what I'm saying? So I think I went through that prison term, but what made my prison term hard too was because my brother had died while I was in prison. So my brother and I, we was like this, and I don't care what whatever I did, I was still his big sister B, because that's what they
Okay,
called me,
okay.
B. And then the last time I talked to him on the phone, he accepted the charges.
Okay.
I said, what you doing? His girlfriend had just had a baby.
Okay.
He said, B, blase squaze, we, we're talking back and forth. So I was telling him, I said, send me some money. He said, okay. So that Monday, we went to the forest, we was talking, but I was talking about my brother all that day. All that day. I was telling this girl, I'm going to set my brother with you. Y'all can pen pal back and forth. So we get back to the dorm. It was 4 dorms. We were surrounded. I was at a forestry camp.
Okay.
So we had 4 big dorms. We're surrounded by barbed wire. We're surrounded by a little river with crocodiles in it.
Okay.
Then you're surrounded by a guy in a truck with a shotgun. So now if you got across, and then if you got across all that, then you had nothing but woods. So I was deep in the woods, okay?
Wow.
So this one Monday I'm coming back, this young lady and I, we had got into it. And when I was out there, I was a violent person because I had so much hurt down inside.
Okay.
When I would start drinking and drugging, you know how somebody look out the blind and say, oh, here come Mary. When they saw me, they said, oh, Lord, they picked their whole house up and moved. Because I was that person. That's why you have to deal with your hurt or your hurt will deal with you. So I had so much hurt down inside of me and anger, I just had a quick temper. So this girl and I, had gotten into a confrontation. I remember grabbing a ballpoint pen because I wasn't finna let her run up on me.
Right.
But by the time lunch came, we had a made up friend. So once we got back to the compound, they searched us down. I got back to my dorm and I was like, okay, so why is everybody sitting down? Because one thing about penitentiary, if you mess up the count, you go in the log. So I was like, I know I can miscount. So I went to my bunk and I sat down. And so the sergeant came, she said, White, I said 589931. She said, you need to go to control. Now, the only time you went to control if you're getting a DR, which is a disciplinary report, or something wrong in the family. So when I got there, the warden, she was telling me, she said, White, you need to call home. She said, because they think that your brother's missing. So I hadn't got stuck then. I was like, no. Because my brother was like me. My mom used to tell me, I said, Mom, why you don't love me the way that you love my sister? Okay. She said, Blossom, one thing about you, I can leave you in the forest with no food and no water. You and your brother going to find your way out because y'all are survivors. But your sister and them, I got to lead them out. I didn't understand that back then, but I understand now. So when I was walking back to the dorm, I realized a warm feeling had came over me. I said, something wrong. So I got back and they tried to tell me that he had drowned. And that was the hardest part right there because I couldn't get home to the funeral. So when I did get out, I used that as a crutch to continue to keep getting high.
So after your first encounter with jail, you got out.
Messed up.
You messed up again. So you got out after the 11 months. And you went back to crack and went to prison. How long were you in prison for?
I had a 3-year sentence. Back then, when I was doing time, they had to gain time off and all this. So I ended up doing 12 months on my 3-year sentence. Because I went to work release.
So the 3 years you spent in penitentiary, you still, or were you still using, or?
No, because you know what, people don't realize you still can get high in prison. But I chose not to. I wanted to come home. And then after my brother died, I definitely wanted to come home.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so. And I tell a lot of people, they think that men are the only ones that get raped in prison. By me being a motivational speaker, I make sure I tell the young kids this. Not just men get raped, but women do too. So I didn't go in there to be playing around with them people. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have no money, don't start asking for a bag of chips because you're going to have to pay them back one way or another. So prison taught me a lot of stuff.
So what we see on TV, when these children are watching these TV shows and jail shows, they
believe it.
Yeah. And I don't think a lot of the young kids are understanding it because they're thinking it's fantasy. You know, they just want to go in there and they can be tough. But it's a whole different.
You know, when I was speaking with some youth at one time, this little young boy, he was like, I ain't gonna let them do this to me. I said, baby, your name what? He said, my name Mike. I said, your name when you come out gonna be Michelle because how you gonna fight off 4 men holding you while 1 man is raping you? So you have to let these kids know these things do happen. Don't sit there and say, oh, it's not. No, tell them reality. What is really because we don't want to expose them to, but it's okay if they own Facebook, Twitter, and all that kind of stuff. Let these children know because you got babies raising babies now.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? True. So like I said, once I went through the prison and all that, and I went through so many treatment facilities, but until you want to get or do better, it takes you. I don't hold my recovery in my mind. I hold it in my heart because our mind is a battlefield.
It is.
One minute it'll tell you flip your hair this way.
Right.
Next minute it's saying that way. You know,
Exactly.
and I don't go back around to people, places, and things.
Okay.
Now,
So you completely
and I don't knock
yourself.
nobody.
Exactly.
I don't knock nobody, but I know me.
Right.
I don't play with wine coolers because that's going to lead me to alcohol. Then alcohol going to lead me back to crack cocaine. I'd rather for God to call me home before I go back out there. So I went through all that, all these years, just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And now jail saved my time, my life many times now. But I would rather for him to call me home before I go back out there. So once I got, with the drugs and all that, I ended up getting with this other guy.
Okay.
Now I had one guy that left me for another guy. This brother was fine as all I do, but he left me for a white guy. So my self-esteem definitely went down there.
Right, because you went from husband, boyfriend,
girlfriend,
girlfriend,
yeah,
and then back to a boyfriend, and then he left you. So you just don't know what
to do.
You don't know who loves you.
And you're always blaming yourself because it starts here because my abuser said it was my fault. They're not going to believe me. So, your mind is still playing with you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, like I said, then I got with the guy who was HIV. Never told me. And we never had safe sex. But I'm here to tell you, I have 14 years clean.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait.
Back up.
Back up, Blossom.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And he never discussed. Now, this was after you got out of prison.
Yes, way after I got out of prison. Yeah.
Okay.
I still was on crack and everything.
Okay.
But I got.
So you were still on crack after prison?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I got out.
So you were clean in prison.
Got
out and went back.
Yeah. Because I hadn't dealt with the issue. Oh. You got to deal with the issue. You got to deal. You know how you can live in the most prettiest house there is?
Yeah.
And then every time you drive up to your house, it's got the branches and the leaves in the yard. It makes the house look ugly.
Yeah.
But until you go and get an axe and cut the root of that tree down, you hear what I'm saying? You got to hit the root.
And
like when you're doing a perm. You hit the root. Okay.
But you didn't hit it.
I didn't hit it. I just.
So everything was just piling on top of piling, but never
hit the root. So I still was dealing with that issue. Dealing with the issue. So when I got with the guy, cute. But everything that good is not gold.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You can't tell from the outside.
Right.
So like I said, we got together and everything, and he never told me. But I'm here 14 years clean. I don't have HIV nor AIDS. Now he died 9 years ago due to complications. And you have a lot of doctors and you have a lot of counselors say, oh, your immune system was so strong. No, that was the blood of Jesus that covered me because God had work for me to do.
Yeah.
And I feel like if I go back out there, that I'm going to end up catching it. You know what I'm saying? That's that. I don't want to ever go back.
Yeah.
I tell when God has me ministering to people, I said, you have to play the tape all the way through. Don't just stop at the good time because you have a lot of people saying, I didn't like to get high. Yes, I did. I don't know what kind of crack they smoked. I had me a good time out there.
But you were honest.
Yes, I liked everything about it. I just didn't like the consequences. In life, you got consequences regardless if you're drinking, smoking, whatever. So if you make the wrong decision, you got consequences.
Exactly.
So when you could, like I said, when you could be real with yourself, you could be real with anybody else. So like I said, once I got from him, I was so tired. I was so tired because I would be up for 2 weeks, 3 weeks at a time smoking. Right. So. I ended up going to the hospital.
Right.
They ended up putting me on disability.
Okay.
Because in Florida, if you are addict, you can get a disability check.
Okay.
So now I know you've been looking at these clothes.
Yeah, I've been looking. I'm looking at these clothes.
I'm going to tell you, they're not for sale now. When I had got that big check, girl, they messed around and sent me $7,690.19 back pay. First day I said, Lord, I got scared. I said, because they're going to find me somewhere dead. I'm going to smoke every dime of it.
It's not funny, but that's
I'm telling the truth, though.
Right.
So God bless, I had went to the boutique, girl. And I got this shirt, got the purse, went to Payless and bought new shoes. Now, you see all the colors, right?
Right.
All dark colors.
Right.
Now, somebody had to be smoking crack to pick that shirt out. Look at it. That thing just is ugly. I don't know what.
I wasn't going to say nothing.
I can say it. But these are the items that I had on that night when God called me out of the crack house. Because let me tell you one thing. Wow. I had joined the church, but I backslid.
Okay.
And then you know what kills me? People say when I found Jesus. Jesus was never lost. I was the one that was right. I don't care how low you deep, his hand is long enough to reach you. So I was sitting in this crack house and I was smoking, but I had a piece of paper in that purse. And I remember I took it out and I started writing God a letter. I take another hit and write God another letter. And I remember saying to the young lady who brought me to Crack In, that's how I got the title of this book.
Okay.
And they laughed. Because you're going to have people laugh at you.
Right.
And I remember saying to her, next time you see me, I'll be clean and sober. And she laughed and turned around.
Wow.
So then, like I said, I just got out the crack house, checked myself into the hospital, and I said, don't let me go till you find me a place. And that's what happened. They sent me down to Miami to a treatment facility.
Oh my gosh, Blossom. Oh my, when I say I'm sitting here, like what?
So lovely.
Right. Look into that camera and tell us how we can connect with you, because this is not the end of it. This is not the end
beginning.
of it. This is
I'm telling you.
Yes.
This is just the
Look
beginning.
into that camera and tell us how we can connect with you.
Well, like I said, I'm not the one to gossip, but my name is Blossom. You can reach me on Facebook, Blossom Rogers. You can email me, BLOS2white@yahoo.com. You can give me a call at 305-753-8164. But you can go to my website. I'm not the one to gossip, but it's pretty good. It's blossomrogers.weebly, WEEBLY.com. And like I said, if you need me, now don't call me about no foolishness. I'm about my father's business. But like I said, if you ever need me, give me a call, 305-753-8164. And God bless.
Blossom. I'm waiting for part 2, because you're coming back. You're coming back because you got to finish telling us what happened afterwards.
It's a lot too, girl.
I cannot wait.
But that's for another time.
Another time.
You don't tell everything.
Right. Well, I want to sincerely thank you for being so transparent, and because again, we as Christians, we as women, need to understand that life is going to happen.
That's right.
It's going to happen to us, but it's how you get up, and it's okay, and we can make it. Look at you. I still cannot believe this is you.
Girl, I thought it was the prettiest thing in the world.
I cannot believe that is you.
If you called me ugly back then, I would cut you.
You would cut.
I'm serious.
But look at you now.
When with a girdle and all that, and water, because I didn't take baths back there.
Wow.
They used to could smell me coming, because I smell like hot buttermilk and look like Tales from the Crypt. Look at that, you know what I'm saying? But God.
So I want to thank you so much. Your awesome testimony, your phenomenal testimony, and from under a bridge.
Amen.
And you can always stay connected with me at Trinette L. Collier. I am TrinetteLCollier.com. All social media, Trinette L. Collier. And every day that you wake, give God the glory. And love, live, and laugh. I believe in laughter.
Amen.
And again, I just thank you so much for being so transparent, because that's what we are. That's what this platform is all about, being transparent.
That's what it's about.
Exactly. So until next time, be blessed, be safe, and see you soon. Goodbye.
Amen.